Here's some pro tips for you. I have the privilege of working with several very talented teachers who are early in their career. And this is one of the things I'm sharing with them. Right now, I work in a Title I school, and a number of the students may not be up to grade level with where they need to be on certain subject areas. Give you an example of this. I teach AP Environmental Science, and in that, there's a lot of math. One of the things I focus on is population growth rate. And I have a number of kids every year. I have juniors and seniors who don't know how to calculate out a decimal. They don't understand how to do it, and I have to reteach them that. So the moral of the story is this: you have to meet kids with where they are. Don't be so obsessed with the standards, hitting all of the standards over the course of the year. The goal is to hit them all. But sometimes you have to meet students where they are. If they're not able to calculate out a decimal, they're certainly not going to be able to figure out how to calculate out population growth rates and some of the things that we do with that. So don't become so obsessed with meeting all the standards that you just check the box without making sure the students are retaining it. Quite frequently, especially in Title I schools, you're going to get students who are below grade level, sometimes several years below grade level. One of the things when we had the Florida FCAT, the FCAT measured, their goal was a year's growth in a year's time. So they would measure where students were the year before and then see where they are currently. And if you work at it, sometimes you can get students caught up. You can get them to make up several years worth of time. But that's not always possible. If you can get a couple years growth, even if they don't get all the way to grade level, that's a huge win. So don't become so obsessed with checking the boxes of hitting all the standards that you're not meeting the students with where they are. You have to go to where they are and bring them to where you want them to be. And that takes time and practice. Second story had a young lady who we in my ecology class, which is mostly juniors and seniors, who asked me what a bird of prey was. Well, in order to get her to where I needed her to be, I needed to go back and reteach what birds of prey were before we could start talking about the different raptors. So a lot of times you're going to find you have to go back and meet them where they are and get them to where you want them to be. Um, Again, that's pretty straightforward, but uh, figure out where they're at. Give them a pre-test if you need to. For me, I typically figure it out by speaking with them and asking them a few questions to figure out where they're at. And then when I walk from desk to desk to determine whether they're doing the assignment correctly or not, I can figure out. So another thing is graphing. There are so many kids who struggle to plot points on a graph. That again, that's a skill we need to reteach. Um, and if that means you have to take a couple days to do it, you may not hit all the standards. But if you can hit the majority of the standards and get them caught up, that's a huge win. That's the goal. You guys keep being heroes. Have a great school year. Talk to you soon.